Hello guys and welcome back into part 7 on building the best city on the worst map. I'm TrueLW and jumping in on this episode we're going to take off from where we left off actually as well. So you can see that the population down in the bottom right corner has just ticked over the 32,000 mark. We've unlocked ships, a new land area, harbour, cargo and eco water treatment. As a result I've just quickly off camera changed these to the environmentally friendly drains, and as a result put some of these pollution removers down here as well. I've also bought this land tile here so we can start exploring as well. See, I've put a fire watch little station there as well, and also we're going to be able to start building some new things up here as well. As a whole, Washington Heights is slowly expanding. We're going to do that as well. There's also high demand for industry, so we're going to start off by continuing to fill up Washington but also provide some jobs there as well. So let's start off with that as well. Right, so we've allocated more zones to the industrial. We've also allocated more to Chestnut Hills. So as a result, our demand's gone a little down, but it's still very high. Washington Heights new buildings aren't building yet because unemployment's really high at 14%. Mainly because we've put in a lot of offices, but obviously people can't go to them yet until they receive their education. And if they've already got a job, they won't go back into the education system. So you almost just need to wait for the generations to pass. Down here as well, I've just put in this as well to dam this because we don't need such a massive amount of land here as well. And then we'll raise all this land up when we have a bit of time and put a little bit of a kind of seaside town here as well. And also having a look into the ores here. We've got oil here, which is great. We could turn that into an industrial zone, get rid of all that, and then build new houses there as well. As you can see, oil access, yeah, loads. And then here as well is ore, so we can take use of that. So what I'm doing is currently just flattening a bit of land out of here, and then we'll connect the two up very shortly, I suspect. Right, now I've just cleared the highways out here and actually lowered it, so we can now build another junction. That's going to allow us to access these two beauties. Where are they? So just down here, they can access the ore there or the oil. Looking at this, I don't know how I'm going to build on that because that is incredibly steep. So I am probably just going to have to flatten all the terrain and hope it doesn't get destroyed if I flatten it as well. But also part of me wants to keep this mountain for sending people up the cable. So maybe I'll just leave them there altogether and I could build a little industrial park here. So I'm going to go into the roads, have a little look at the interstates and probably build one of these three-way ones again. So I'll do that now. Also just realised I could turn the dam off because it's not actually producing yet. It's costing me 3,200 a week. So I've turned that off there to make a bit more money as well. But I've put in the Cloverfield as, not Cloverfield, a movie, Clover Leaf into as well. So it's allowing traffic to flow a little better. Where are we at? We should be still be 91, 92, absolutely fine. And what we're going to be doing is probably putting a small little industrial park here and then allowing us to expand down here and also have a little look at probably the oil and the ores as well. But also while we're building that as well, I'm just checking in everyone else, yep, they're fine. We're going to continue adding on to Washington Heights as well and slowly start to expand more square down here. You can see I've already got the road in there as well. So I think it might be wise to start kind of building around the dam itself to set kind of the edge of the city. So I'm going to do that now. Right, another update. So, I've built a massive lake down here by the dam. I know it obviously doesn't make much sense to have a lake right next to a dam, but my process is it would look really pretty here, increase land value a bit further in, and also you could drive around it, which would be quite nice. I've now connected this little track round through to the dam as well there, and this is of course the high-speed road, so that will allow people to come all the way down, all the way around, and then eventually I'm going to connect it back up here as well, so you have a way in and out. Once we fill that up with water using this outlet, we'll build a little bit of a town around here on the edge of the dam. The water itself is now all being pumped out of down here because that's completely pure, which is nice. And all the water is being filtered by these before it. Once they are fully cleaned, I'll then remove them, and then the water will be clean anyway. Here as well, I'm also going to continue still to build the industrial zone up here. Yeah, I just haven't got it ready down to it yet, and there's still a massive demand for industry. 17% unemployment. That is really high, so we need to sort that quite quickly. So I think we'll start off by, let's build some money up because we'll need it for the terrain, and then we're going to go in with this little small little industrial zone. Right, so we've built this kind of ugly looking industrial zone, but I thought it would be quite unique in design, so we're going to throw that in and start allocating, well, first things first, names. Right, so I've already got, what names I've already got? Park, Hill, District, Heights and Square. So we can't have any of those. Can't. Let's go through them to find a nice one. Right. We've named it River Acres. The main thing being it's got a bit of space and it's got a river flowing through it. Now, zoning wise, that's all European, which looks quite nice. Let's set this to North American because I'm interested to see what that would look like. Yep, that's fine. There we go. So we set that to North American. Now we'll put in all the pipes and we'll start allocating zones soon. So River Acres is growing a little bit there as well, and I've also put in this little, I think it's is it a fishing spot or harbour? I don't know. I just selected a nice one because I thought it looked cool. So that's going to grow quite nicely. I'm also having a little look into if there's any special monuments we could throw in, which adds a lot of character there as well. So I need to consider that as well. Otherwise, we're going to just start throwing a few back over into Washington Heights as well. Right, so here's my new genius idea, is building River Acres both here and here. Now what's nice is it'll actually say it's over there, I assume because this is the bigger of the two areas, and this is going to be a lovely little kind of view over the dam itself, very much, to be honest, like more square, but it's going to be in a different style, which will be quite nice. Now these are being knocked down and rebuilt slowly because I've now set it to North American. I didn't realise that the whole zone wasn't included, so that's going to be North American, and I don't think we've had a North American style yet. If I look at more square, what's more square? I know they're North American, so it's going to look like that. Oh, well, maybe then I consider looking at European, to be honest, because that would be quite nice. So these guys, well, it doesn't really matter because those are North American as well. What about these? Those are default. So that, I mean, the difference between that's where you really see it when it's high density. So this is a European map. That's quite interesting. Right, now, there are a few things going on. So first things first, what's down here? Cemeteries are building up. Now to solve this, we're going to have to start putting in a few, or where are these crematoriums here? There's one there. Okay, no, that's fine. So we're going to have to start putting those in as well. So I'll build one there, for example. That should help it. Oh, massive demand for that. You see it goes through the roof. Now this is the one we're seeing a lot of. Again, another cemetery there. That's fine. Not enough buyers for goods. Now what that means is there's too many industrial zones and not enough shops in comparison, but unemployment's still through the roof. So the solution I'm thinking of is this. Where is it? Policy. Here it is. Industrial 4.0. And the reason being, all industrial zones get made for well and highly educated citizens as well. So those who are only going into the offices can now go into this as well, increase production outputs as well, and reduces workplace zoning. Now I'm going to turn that on to start with, and we'll see how that goes as well. What that should mean now is people who haven't got a job, unfortunately, are going to become unemployed, but people who currently don't have a job because they are too overqualified can start working in industries as well. Down here as well, River Acres, we're going to continue to expand on it. We've put those houses, but they just haven't taken yet. I'm guessing it's because, well, to be honest, people don't need to move in. But it'll slowly expand, I'm sure. Not enough educated workers. Aha, now, so it's kicked in. What should happen, delete these, is it's a bit of a turn, but, oh, it needs demanding about water. I didn't realise that was an issue. Apologies. So what should happen is, all those people, unfortunately, will lose their jobs, but as a result, they'll be replaced with people who are highly educated as well. Employment will skyrocket, I imagine, and then there's no like kind of policy to retraining, which is weird. So if you haven't gone to university or haven't gone to high school and things like that, you can't redo, I don't think, which is a bit annoying. No rebuilding. Yeah, which is a bit annoying, really, but absolutely fine because it means our population then, for when they become highly educated, have two options rather than having to kind of specialise and say, look, if you don't want an education, go towards industry. If you do, go towards this. Perfect. Right, now we're going to look down the transport route option as well. So starting off with trains, we've got train station and cargo train station. Now what I'm thinking is, we can't connect to the outer lines yet, can we? So that's a bit annoying. We can move between trains. We can move between, so that might be quite useful, but we can't connect to the outer one yet. So let's start by just... Okay, now it's looking a bit ugly here, but we have built one, two, and three new cargo train lines, so to transport the goods between each other as well there. Should one help ease up traffic, but now also want to check in on this big number. 18% actually is, I thought it'd be a lot higher there as well. Now these stores are going to slowly be rebuilt, so that's absolutely fine. The demand, I imagine, they should start going quite quickly, and be rebuilt as the workforce become educated, and then as the demand starts to decrease, they'll slowly start getting rebuilt less and less. Housing wise down here, have they all been taken up? No, they haven't actually yet, so we need to increase that somehow as well. I think it's just going to become a kind of slow increase until people slowly start to move in. We're also going to start building, I think, a train line to connect all of these guys together. What else have we got? So we've got... Now, I never really understand the metro, that's fine. Ships themselves we can use. Harbour and cargo harbour. So I'm thinking we could build one here. because that would be quite useful as well, and we can use that to get goods in and out. So let's throw that down there. Wasn't there? I thought there was a cargo. Is it cargo harbour 4? Well, that's what it is, 44,000. So we need to get there, and then we can unlock that one as well, because that combines the two, I think, doesn't it? Yep. Also, maybe we just hold off until we get to actually. Let's get rid of that. Blimps themselves are quite cool, I think. Haven't used that yet, the monorail. That'd be really cool. I'm going to put that around the city for sure. Taxi depot, we already know how that works. And then these are all trains, are they? Yeah, so we'll look into that a little bit as well. Right, perfect. So our industry zone is actually, yeah, it's kind of crumbling a bit, but you can see the demand now. Absolutely nothing. 17% unemployed, but there's no demand for it, which is actually really interesting. So I've just got to keep letting the kind of time roll on as such, and keep trying to build new zones as well. And then eventually the population will start to increase, or at least it should. Fingers crossed. Right, well that is probably going to be where we tie things up for now. You can see the water level is starting to fill up in the dam there as well. We've got a nice little bit of a lake forming here before we're going to build a nice hamlet around it. We've got the new River Acres. It sounds like actually like an amusement park, but has started to be built here. So they've got the industrial zone and the housing as well. Put that water level to increase the value. We'll sort that out in a bit. New little train line that connects the two. Our industry's taken a bit of a hit, but it's going to recover even stronger than before. We've got a nice city in here as well. We've added in the gherkin and a tower here at the back, so things are doing well. Our city is growing, and our population requirements are going are soon to be reached, which is actually going to be, I think, is it 44,000? Yeah, so we're almost there as well, and then we'll get nuclear power and put more zones, and then we'll look at kind of expanding up as well. But in the meantime, that's going to be part 7 of building the best city on the worst map. We're starting to see the struggle, but we're doing well. I'm been Lewis to TrueLW. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, see you and goodbye.